This is Archer on the monthly chart, and we can see how price did decline and did form a base, really a 12-month plus base, before we had this leg higher. Starting in June of this year, we call this the impulse move, and now we have the pullback. Go into the weekly chart. This $5.20 level served as a resistance support band. However, we had a gap higher. Price came into resistance at $7.40 and has pulled back since. Price finds itself at a critical level as we did close the gap this past week. Typically, gaps fill, but this can be part of the impulse pullback before the next impulse higher. So what's going to propel that price higher? Well, let's get into this article. It is coming from Investor Place. Archer receives its first Air Force payment. So the company announced that it had received first payment of nearly $1 million from the U.S. Air Force. This past week, the Air Force paid the sum in exchange for a mobile flight simulator and as part of contracts valued at up to $142 million. The mobile flight simulator will help the Air Force advance training, flight controls, and knowledge of operational capabilities of Archer's civilian use eVTOL aircraft platform. Archer noted that more of its deliveries are already in the process with the Air Force. These include wind tunnel testing reports, project-specific certification plans, and subject-specific certification plans. Archer's flagship product is its Midnight aircraft, which was designed for brief trips. It carries a range of up to 100 miles and has a max speed of 150 miles per hour. In August, the company announced it had received the FAA Special Airworthiness Certificate for the Midnight aircraft. This certificate will allow Archer to begin Midnight test flights operations. Archer begins full credit testing of the aircraft in early 2024. Okay, so again, good news. Starting to get some revenue coming in. Starting to get the go-ahead to continue their test flights. And but that's really not going to happen until 2024. So I'm going to zoom out to the weekly chart. We could see price just kind of hover around this $5 area. I'm going to say that we do have, although it's not very noticeable, we do have weekly sellers at the $450 level. You have the rally, a couple of basing candles in the rally higher, although the rally higher is fairly weak, but we have to respect this level still, although it's not an A-type setup. So if this level doesn't hold, we can see price trickle down and retest the $350 area. But let's see what happens. Again, this is just the pullback. This is the impulse move higher. So far, if we had to look at the retracement, what are we looking at? Let's do it from what's going on here. Let's try this again. we're at that 50% retracement. So again, the leg higher, pullback roughly 50%. It's a very interesting setup. What would I do in this case? I'm on the sidelines. And I'm looking at the stock later this year going into 2024, just so I can see how things materialize, see if they get more revenue coming in, see how their test flights go. And we're only talking 2 months, so aggressive traders, investors, you can start buying now. You can dollar cost average in. There's multiple options based on the price action. You just have to determine your risk tolerance, time horizon, financial objectives. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.